Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be the continuation of this little series that I'm doing where I talk about authors. Authors I would read everything they come out with, which I've already done, which I will link. Today's video is going to be about the ones that I do not wish to read anything else by them, and I'm also planning on doing one, which I think is going up after this, about authors that I feel like I want to read more from. So let's do this negative video. It seems to always be your favorite version of every series, so I try to focus on authors that have like a very specific reasoning for not wanting to read more by them, not like having read just one book and I'm like, ugh, we'll never read again. You know what I mean? I feel like all of these I've read at least two, or at least attempted to read more than two books by them. So let's start with some mostly YA authors, the first two. I feel like I could name a couple, but to be honest, I didn't want to just name one. Like for example, the author of The Cruel Prince, was it Ollie Black? I've only read that one by her, so like, I don't know, maybe she'll come out with something else, the reviews are gonna be good and I will want to read it. So I wanted to be more specific, really authors I will like pretty much, you know, guarantee never pick up anything else by them. So ROWELL. I've been very vocal about my opinion of Attachments. I've also read Fangirl by her. Both of them made it respectively my worst books of 2017 and 2016. So like, even when I started on Booktube and I wasn't really that harsh in my reviews, I still did not enjoy the book that I had read by her, probably because of the hype. Everyone was raving about Fangirl and I just, like, I liked the representation for like the anxiety and stuff, like the main character. Hated the romance so much, and like the whole book was kind of, to me, and then Attachments, again, if you haven't seen it, my worst of 2017, I'm definitely going ham on my review. But yes, I feel like I haven't really, you know, enjoyed any of the books that I've read. And then I feel like I've heard a lot of like very negative things about Eleanor in Park, I think, which is another YA book by her. And then people were also mentioning, sorry, my memory card got full. And then people were also mentioning that other book by her, Carry On, which is like the kind of retelling fanfiction of Harry Potter, which I do have on my shelves, I'm pretty sure, because a friend gave it to me. You know what? Next unhaul. I'm just gonna unhaul this. Let's be real. Like, I could read it, but like, what's the point? I will like most likely not enjoy them. And again, we've decided 2020, things have been horrible enough. No more torture. So yes, I'm letting go of ROWELL as an author. Next one I wanted to talk about is Nicole Yoon, which also YA author. I read two books by her. The first one was Everything Everything. I think it was also in 2017. Didn't like it, like, at all. I did not understand the hype whatsoever. To be fair, I did like the main female character just because in the beginning of the book, it feels kind of cozy. You know, she's allergic to everything, so she has to stay inside, and she like likes reading, and like, those are all feels that, you know, we can relate to mostly on here. And especially now, fudge, I did not realize that. But like, I didn't mind that. But then the whole thing just made no sense to me. I hated the romance. I had so many issues with that book. The ending was a mess. So yes, didn't like it. I know there's a movie, didn't watch it, will not watch it. So yes, I already had issues with that one, and then decided to give a shot to another book by her, The Sun Is Also a Star, because it was becoming a movie. And although I did like the representation, I had once again a bunch of issues with the romance and still love and everything, and I just didn't really care about the writing and everything, so I'm just like officially giving up once again on Nicole Yoon. I know a lot of people enjoy her books, they're just not for me. So this is probably going to be the most controversial in here. I'm officially giving up on Neil Gaiman. I know. I feel like it's one of those authors everyone raved about on Booktube when I started watching, so I bought a bunch of his books, as one does when they arrive on Booktube, right? And like, at least most of them were bought used, or all of them, like library sales, right? And I read, I think, only two by him. I'll put the books here when I talk about the authors, because I feel like I will not remember every single title. But I read at least two books by him, and I didn't care about neither of them. And I know I have other ones on my shelves from him. I have Neverwhere, and then I have like other ones that are really popular. But after being on Booktube for a while, I feel like some of you really know my tastes, and you just know I'm not going to enjoy it, and I believe you. So I'm just officially giving up on Neil Gaiman as an author. You know, his writing works for a lot of people, but it just doesn't for me, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with this. So again, third author I'm just not going to read from again. The rest are all mystery, thriller, horror authors. I don't know what it says about me. I feel like I've been very, very picky about these kind of books because, again, I've read more than two for all of these authors, and I just binge read these genre end of summer, beginning of fall, which, you know, this is where we are at the moment. And I feel like I give them a fair shot and then I just give up. I feel like a lot of the really popular authors just don't work for me. And again, it's okay to admit it. And after I just do this video, you can just leave a comment in the comment section and let me know which authors or just most likely books I should give a shot to, especially because once again, I'm starting to feel like I need to read more. One of the next books I will definitely pick up is Home Before Dark by Réka Zsigrai. So like I'm getting really in that mood for these genres. So first author, Karin Slaughter. I read 2 or 3 books by her. And I'm gonna say, I think the first one after that, I was like, yeah, sure, she's just not for me. And I accidentally picked up another book by her. It won't be the only time you're gonna notice this. Library, that's what happens. Like I will get like an audiobook or like just an ebook from my library that is like, oh, a new book that is, you know, seems popular, reviews are positive on Goodreads. Let me just pick it up. That's how I go with mystery thrillers because I don't get that many recommendations / they're just new and I just, you know, I don't want to know anything about them. Anyway, so I read the first one I read by her, I believe, was Pretty Girls, and the didn't pass the vibe check for me. Like, I don't know what it is about it. Like, I'm not saying anything about the author per se, but like the way the women were described, I know part of it was definitely on purpose, but like it still didn't sit right with me. Like a lot of sexual violence, a lot of it in her books. And I have picked up, what was the second one? Like Good Daughter or something, which even worse. Like, trigger warning, I felt triggered by her books. Again, listen to them as audiobooks, which don't do that to yourself. Some of those scenes, you don't want to hear them. And yeah, I specifically remember, like I have a shower speaker, which can make for like really weird situations at times because I can't really like, you know, fast forward. Like I have to like close it or something. So in the shower, being stuck listening to that stuff, not cool. So yes, I did that twice to myself, the second time accidentally, and I just, now I remember her name, so I would like actively avoid reading anything else by her. It just doesn't work for me. I know her books are super popular, like a lot of people read them, and it's weird to me because usually I don't really have an issue with gruesome stuff, but like her stuff, it just gets to me, so never again. It's not because, you know, she's terrible at writing these books, maybe she's too good at it. But yes, no more Karin Slaughter for me. Jane Harper. I read 2 of her books last year. I read The Lost Man, which is her latest book, and then I read The Dry. Honestly, it's a case of I just don't get the hype. I did like the audiobooks because the voices, listening to the Australian accents was fun, but I didn't connect to the story. I just like got to the end, I'm like, this is the twist. I had like 0, and I mean 0 emotion about any of it. So I think it's just a case of like, not for me. Again, her books are super popular, so you might still enjoy them. But for me, I have nothing to say about them, like super memorable to me. The next one, Claire McIntosh. I have read so many of her books, like legit 1, 2, 3, just 3? I thought I read more by her. Well, still 3. The first one I read was I Let You Go, which I liked okay. It does have my, like, I've been complaining a lot about domestic thrillers, you know, following the story of a mom and like a daughter and like kids and like, you know, these kind of drama. But this was one of the first one that I read, and I feel like it's one of the best one that I've read with that kind of trope. So that one I think I gave 4 stars. So like that's pretty solid. But then I read I See You, which I had some issues with. I think I only gave it 3 stars. And then I accidentally read After the End, which is not a mystery thriller. Didn't know that. My mistake. So I really didn't like it. So yeah, I just decided she keeps writing about, you know, moms, and I'm just not for me. So I don't think I would ever read anything else by her unless like she comes out with a new mystery thriller and everyone gives it 5 stars. Maybe, but probably not. So yes, I think I'm just giving up on her. Again, she's incredibly popular, so it might just be a me thing, which is again very possible. So I was saying how I did it twice, the whole like reading by an author I thought I wasn't going to read from ever again. Lisa Jewell. Then She Was Gone, and I mean read because I DNF'd it. I didn't finish it. I think I was like 30-something% into it. I was once again, I think I was also listening to it as an audiobook, or was it the ebook? Anyway, it was from the library, and it got returned because, you know, 21 days, and I just never really cared to continue. I had some issues with like some of the relationship. Was it like a really young person with an adult man? I don't know. Didn't pass the vibe check. Like I just really didn't like it. I don't know, the writing or something. And then once again, I accidentally picked up another book by her, which is Watching You. And 13% into it, put it down. I was like, I hate this. Why do I hate this so much? Looked up the book to see reviews and then realized she was the same author as Then She Was Gone. I was like, this is it. This is a sign. So if I can recognize the writing style and hate it twice, I think it's a sign that is just not for me. Like 2 books that I couldn't go past, you know, to beginning, not a good sign. So again, the reviews are actually so-so for her books, but like still some people enjoy them, so it might just be me. But it's one of those situations that I can't like tell you exactly what I hated, but I just did. Clearly, again, I didn't know it was the same author, and twice I was like, no. So won't do that mistake again. Now I remember her name, I will not pick up anything else by her. Last but not least, I'm putting a little asterisk on that one. Paul Tremblay. I have read 2 books by him. I read The Cabin at the End of the World, which, to be fair, it's like a horror, I guess. I really enjoyed the beginning. The premise is super interesting. You have this family that goes to a little house, you know, cabin at the end of the world in the forest, and a group of people comes and basically hold him hostage, and they basically try to force him to do stuff in order for the end of the world not to happen. And you don't know, like, is it truly happening or not? Which, yes, I love not knowing. Are they crazy or, you know? But I absolutely, and I mean absolutely despise the ending. Like, oh my god, so angry at it. So obviously I can't say anything because spoiler. And it's a short book, it's like 200 and something pages. So much potential and like a fail. I mean, a fail. And I know I'm not the only one that was not feeling it. So that was already And then I decided to give a shot to his other newest book, but it isn't really a book. It's a like combination short story collection called Growing Things. Could not focus on it. I was listening to it as an audiobook, which again seems to be a team here. But like I love so many audiobooks, I don't think that's the reason. It's just that I feel like I get audiobooks whenever I'm not sure about a book. It's like easier to go through them, / I don't purchase them, so I use them from my library. The waiting list is shorter. So again, I'm not bashing audiobooks. I love them. But I tried to listen to it as an audiobook and I kept not listening. I rarely, like if ever have that issue, but I kept having to re-listen to the same short stories and I would just not remember any of it, which is weird. And yeah, I just ended up not finishing the book because I couldn't get into it. So yeah, 2 fails. I put the little asterisks here because I have one of the book by him on my shelf. I have A Head Full of Ghosts, I think. And I might, in a moment of desperation, give it a shot because again, it's quite short and I know the reviews are also very divided, but like I have it, so maybe I will, but most likely won't. I might just do like try it a chapter and then see what happens, but like, I don't know. I guess once again, just don't mesh. Actually, I have one more that I might read by him because I know there's like a group of short stories. I've seen them like ebooks on Amazon. I need to like just buy them. The Ford collection, I think, and one of them has been written by him called The Last Conversation, and it's like 56 pages, so I might give that one a shot. And if I hate it, then I won't read A Head Full of Ghosts. What do you think? Vote in the comment section. So yeah, I think this is it for this video. That's 2, 4, 6, 8 authors I will never read from ever again. I probably could add a couple more. I probably will just do a part 2, you know, in another 2 years or something. Hopefully I don't accumulate so many authors in 2 years, but like I only wanted to add, you know, authors I had read at least or attempted to at least read 2 books by them because just one is not that fair. Makes it more interesting. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe. Please let me know in the comment section what authors you will never read anything else by. If you have also any thoughts on the ones I did mention. And I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out, including the one where I talk about authors that are an automatic read or purchase for me. And I'm going to see you in my next video very soon. Bye.